Welcome back for more science. It's that time. It's science time. I'm your host, Boston PhD, joined as always by Dr. Moon.
Hi. So what you're telling me is it's that time of the month.
It's that time of the month. Science time. You got it. What else would we be talking about? We're here to talk about vampire crawlers. We're here to kind of pass our final thoughts here along to you about how we feel about this game. We'll answer the question we ask every month, which is, are we going to keep playing this game or not? And then we'll add this game to the list of the best roguelikes of all time. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's infallible. It's the only list you need. You can find that at weroguelikeit.com. Don't forget our
Yeah,
next...
don't Google the listicles. Just go straight to our website,
That's
and
right.
then you can check out what are the definitive best roguelikes of all time.
Exactly. Don't forget that our next game is going to be Dungeon Clawler. That's out on what appears to be basically every platform. So we're going to be playing that for the next month. All right, Moon. Why don't you share your final thoughts for Dungeon Dungeon Crawlers. Sorry, Vampire Crawlers. Someone posted earlier today about
Vampire crawlers.
Dungeon Encounters, that grid-based RPG that I really like, that
The
like spreadsheet
RPG
game,
thing,
and
yes.
that has been stuck in my head since. So it's just this like amalgamation of 4 or 5 different. Okay, how do you feel about Vampire
Well,
Crawlers?
it
And
also doesn't help that the next game has dungeon in it too, so you've
yes,
got to think of that also going forwards.
yep,
Well, honestly, it's a game I got 1,000 gamer score and then still went back into to continue playing it for the show and to get the secret character that I knew I wanted.
right,
Like, like that should tell you everything you need to know.
right.
Also, apparently, there's a bunch of gems that I have not got or have never seen.
Oh
Would be my
wow,
guess.
that's surprising.
Because so before playing video games with my friends on Friday, friend of the show Rob was playing this. Um, and I've never seen the gem. I'm assuming I must have unlocked it at some point. But he he was on a run to try and unlock Missing No, the character you get for killing Red Death.
Right.
And apparently he got an unbreakable gem, so the card cannot be destroyed.
Oh, okay. Exciting.
And he put it in the Hollow Heart, which increases your max HP.
Oh no. Okay.
And he he also uses the Arcana where the combo keeps up between turns.
Yep.
And apparently his HP was at 3,400 and change.
I bet that run went pretty well, huh?
Yeah. And he
Yeah.
kept killing Red Death. And he was like, so does Red Death ever stop? And I was like, no, bro, just die.
Just
Just let yourself die.
that's right. Just end the run. Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
Wild.
Yep. And like, I mean, I'll answer the next question too. Like, I will probably still keep playing this. Like, I'm gonna keep it installed because the Vampire Survivors dev team have a history of adding DLC,
Mm-hmm.
usually cheap.
Yep.
The game itself is like $7 or whatever it is to own. Like, it's super cheap anyway.
Yep.
And like, I got the water level and the hey, here is a bunch of stuff. Guess what? More DLC coming soon.
Yep.
It's like, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool, cool.
Yeah. The additional bonus is both this and Vampire Survivors are like a couple hundred megs. Like they are not
Yes.
100 gigs worth of 4K HDR. Like,
As
yeah.
someone who was trying to update, I was trying to go through my updates for games.
Mm-hmm.
So like for the Xbox, if it will automatically update it if it's within a certain time frame. If there's out of a time frame, it'll just put it in like an updates queue, and then you can activate those whenever you want.
Oh, sure.
I always make the mistake of activating them while I'm playing a game, because then I have to stop playing the game every 2 seconds while I get a pop-up that says, hey, Space Marine 2 needs 500 gigabytes to install this update. Do you want to free up some space? Cancel that one. Hey,
Right.
Dying Light 2 needs
That's right.
1.5 gig of space to
You'll
update.
never
Do you want to
you'll
free up
never
some
guess what
space?
Forza Horizon 6
Cancel that
needs.
one.
Hey, it's me
That's one
again.
of them too. And I'm just like, no. This was a
Please.
mistake.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I my final thoughts on Vampire Crawlers is kind of tough. Um, it's a game I genuinely really love, and going into it, as much as I love first-person dungeon crawlers, and I just kind of don't play enough of them, and that's on me. And as much as I love deck builders, and my love for deck builders kind of grows as we play more of them on this show, and I kind of get more comfortable with deck builders in general. But having a not sequel to Vampire Survivors, this kind of related spin off game, be the mashup between those two things, but kind of accelerating the speed at which you do either of those things. It's not like a
Hmm.
slow, plodding, methodical dungeon explorer game. Like you're booking through the thing, the enemies aren't moving at you. Like everything is stationary. And then the card deck builder part of it is just unhinged in a completely complimentary way. Um, I wasn't expecting to really like this coming in because it just seemed to be a little bit uncharitable. It seemed like it was kind of a joke spin-off of like, yeah, what if we did this? LOL, here it is. And then it turned out
Yes.
it's a really good game. Like it's an actual full really good game that like we've seen with their roadmap they came out with, they're going to focus on as a priority. Which I think is great. I just came out of it not liking it as much as Vampire Survivors. And that's not to say it's a bad game. It's just if someone's going to come up to me and say, do you want to play Vampire Crawlers for the next 2 hours or you want to play Vampire Survivors? I'll play Vampire Survivors. But, it's very much like, well, here's your two favorite foods. Which one do you have? And it's like, well, I'm going to win either way. So
Yeah.
you kind of can't get mad about it. But I was coming out of it, I think I was hoping to be pulled in by it more, similarly to a lot of the things we kind of have at the top of our weroguelikeit.com list. Where it's like I finished a run, I lost a run, I have to go back in there and do it. I have all these unlocks. I have to unlock all these things, unlock all the characters, like meta progression, etc., etc. I never really felt that same pull with this one, which I was kind of surprised by. And again, this is, if you're listening to the show, you should definitely check this game out. But I think that's the thing that's going to prevent me from continuing to play it for right now. I will probably check it out when it has DLC, because I'm assuming, just like with Vampire Survivors, the Vampire Crawlers DLC will probably be unhinged in some sort of way. Um,
Yeah.
and I think that will complement this game really nicely. But I don't have everything unlocked. I don't have the full checklist done. I don't have all the characters unlocked, and I don't feel that pull to go back and play it. But I do, and I am going to remember this game fondly. So it's kind of this weird like position that I don't find myself in that often. Of like, I feel like if it's a game that we really love, it's kind of like, I didn't see everything I wanted to see yet, and I'm going to keep playing this for the next couple of months. And I don't think that's really the case here. So
Okay. Because it's exactly the opposite for me.
right, because I feel like you felt like this with Vampire Survivors, right?
Yes and no. Like I chewed through Vampire Survivors like by the end of it. Like I got to the point where I had all of the achievements. My issue is I haven't played it since they started releasing DLC
True,
for it.
true.
I buy them all.
Right,
I just haven't played any of them, and I haven't played the Warhammer version, and I haven't played whatever the other version is that they've got. Like
right,
I haven't done any of that stuff.
right. Yeah, so it's kind of a difficult. My thoughts on the game don't easily fit into a bucket of I liked this, I didn't like this, I saw everything I needed to see. I never want to hear about this game again. It doesn't fit in one of these kind of standard buckets, which I think makes it a little bit difficult to kind of sum up my thoughts easily into a nutshell. Other than you should go play it. It's a very fun, maybe not unique thing, but it feels like it very much is a vampire survival's punkle sort of thing, just in a different genre and like a mashup genre sort of thing. Before we started recording this, we talked about where we're going to start placing this in the list of the best roguelikes of all time, again, at weroguelikeit.com. We decided at number 10, we're going to ask, is Vampire Crawlers better than Luck Be a Landlord?
I like this more than Luck Be a Landlord, yes.
Yeah, and I think Vampire Crawlers is a slightly deeper experience than Luck Be a Landlord is. I know that's like apples and bananas, but I think Luck Be a Landlord is deep in like a synergistic sort of way. And I think while Vampire Crawlers has that, I think it's kind of a deep in a like, how much can I break the game immediately sort of way.
Yeah, and it has actual meta progression, which I think helps
True.
a whole lot in that, especially in a synergistic kind of game like these. Like meta progression is a game changer. Like when you were streaming, and I was like, no, get that one that gives you a second
Yeah.
a second crawler,
Yeah.
and then you're like,
Yeah, that's the
okay,
one that does the
now,
thing. Yeah. Okay.
uh-huh.
I agree. I think that's... is Vampire Crawlers better than Atomicrops? God, Atomicrops is so good, man.
It's really good.
If you're listening to the show and you have not
It's
yet
really,
played
really good.
Atomicrops, you really need to. It's in the top 10 for a reason.
Yes. Please do. It's a genuinely underrated game,
It
and
really
it's
is.
usually cheap, and you can get the DLC pretty easy as well.
Yeah. I think
it's better.
I think it's better personally because at the very least for Vampire Crawlers, I think having a much smoother difficulty curve. I think one of the frustrating parts about Atomicrops
Yes.
is you're just hitting like one brick wall after another. You're busting through it at some point, but a lot of it is like, wow, I got to the next day. Oh my god, everything's on fire. And it was a lot smoother for Vampire Crawlers here. As much as I love Atomicrops, and I will go to the mattresses for Atomicrops every single time, I think Vampire Crawlers is better.
Yeah, I can go to that. And one of the things that I do love about Atomicrops is it looks so good in in that kind of style too.
Yep. Next game here is Vampire Crawlers better than Crypt of the Necrodancer? Yes. Period. I love Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Crypt is it's a legendary game for a reason, and it's arguably one of the games that's responsible for roguelikes being as popular as they are, because this is one of the earliest ones I can think of. Nuclear Throne, Crypt of the Necrodancer, and Crypt does something...
That kind of era.
Yes, Spelunky. Crypt does something so unique with the formula that nobody's really been able to do it since.
Right.
It's so hard, bro.
It's like... It's so hard. These two games could not be... like foundationally more different to how they approach difficulty in the genre, and that tickles me so much. So yeah, I think it goes above.
Yeah. Just from an approachability standpoint.
Yeah. Oh boy, is Vampire Crawlers better than Hand of Fate? Again, you haven't played Hand of Fate. That's an
Go play Hand of Fate,
all-timer.
please.
Two
Yeah.
deck builders facing off against each other.
Uh-huh. But but one has a third person action combat section to it
Uh-huh.
too, which is interesting.
Yep.
Listen, I love Hand of Fate. I think Hand of Fate is genuinely underrated.
Yeah. 100%.
Clearly because I'm pretty sure the studio doesn't exist anymore.
I believe that's
Um,
true, unfortunately.
so like I love it. I do think I enjoy playing crawlers more than I do Hand of Fate.
Well, and it's also like an age and design thing. If someone was going to make Hand of Fate now, the approachability and the explanation of the systems and everything would probably be significantly different in a modern Hand of Fate versus when it came out. Of like, the people that are going to be playing this game are the hardcore roguelike deck building fanatics. You know how to play this game
Yes,
already. Don't worry
Slay the
about
Spyrites.
it. Yeah, exactly. So like, I feel like the approachability of vampire crawlers goes a long way towards making this like an easier game to get into at the very beginning.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
for me, I think vampire crawlers also goes above Hand of Fate. Is vampire
Yes.
crawlers better than Rogue Legacy 2?
I
Uh,
think so because like the biggest issue that I would run into with um Rogue Legacy is sometimes it's just so Twitch based
right,
that like you have to be good at it, and it's one of those things as well where it's like if you stop playing it and it's gonna take like 5 runs before you get back into the vibe of it, and maybe like
right,
50 before you're back at your peak, if you ever hit your peak again, because
right.
it's been so long since you've played it.
Yeah, like your skills are definitely going to atrophy, for sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think as much as I like Rogue Legacy 2, I think I just like vampire crawlers more overall. And again, all of these games are in the top 10, so they are in no means bad games. I just think when you pit the two of them together, I'll be like, yeah, I like vampire crawlers a little bit more.
Yeah.
Is vampire crawlers better than Hades 2? Got the top 5 here. Is Vampire Crawler's gonna
I think
crack
so
the top
because
5?
I think that Vampire Crawlers is a sequel that does things differently enough. And it's
Sure.
a completely different gameplay style. It's a completely different, it's the same world, clearly, but
Right.
the play style is different, the mechanics are different, everything about it is different. Whereas our biggest complaint for Hades 2 is, yeah, you go two directions now, but it's pretty much the same game.
Yeah, it's
And I'm still playing Hades 2 to this
right.
day. I now play it on like every 2 days basis. I do at least a half of a run. And my biggest complaint so far, even as far as I am in the game now, is it's still just more Hades.
Right. Right. Where like Ponkel has been out there saying that this isn't a sequel to Vampire Survivors, that they're saying like, well, we're still working on Vampire Survivors 2, but it kind of feels like it's somewhere in between spin-off and sequel. Like it's kind of a spiritual successor. Like I don't even know how you kind of quantify this, but it I agree with you. I think if you look at the next step in Ponkel's Vampire blank series, it it takes a significant step past. It would have been really easy for them to say, here's Vampire Survivors 2. It has double the amount of stuff. It's still less than $10. Have at them. And I think everybody, including us, would have been like, yes, let's go. Playing this for the next 2 years. But for them to make this instead and just say, We're making something completely different, but it has all the elements that you loved in Vampire Survivors. I think that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
I agree with you. I think it goes over Hades too. Oh god. All right, cracking the top five is Vampire Crawlers better than Balatro?
I say yes because I honestly enjoy crawlers a lot more than Balatro. It feels more approachable.
Sure.
It feels a lot less look based. Especially when you
Right.
get to the point where there's the phenomenal meta progression and being able to like increase or decrease the rarity of the jewels and all that kind of stuff. Like
Right.
that is such a game changer and being able to influence the runs as you go.
Yeah, because Balatro does have meta progression, but it's the kind of classic I'm unlocking jokers.
Different difficulties.
Well, difficulties and jokers of like now I have
Hmm.
more options, but it's not um radically changing the base game itself. Um I Balatro like one of my favorite games of all time. And if I take a step back, if I treat this conversation like we just treated the game club conversation of Chrono Trigger and saying these
Hmm.
games that I hold dearly, these games that are top 10 of all time personal picks, and you kind of take off the rose colored glasses and you say these games that you do love are not perfect and they do have maybe not problems, but maybe when you compare them to something else, there are things that one game does better than the other. Um, I think my knee jerk reaction to this would be no, but I think the real answer would be I think Vampire Crawlers is a little bit better than Balatro, just because I think the meta progression in Vampire Crawlers is more of what clicks with me in roguelikes and roguelites that keeps me pushing in something that has meta progression. Because I'm more than happy to play games that are just difficulty based or knowledge based
Yes.
or whatever. Like, we've played plenty of those. But I think something like this that has a really solid, really great meta progression to it, I think just ekes out Balatro a little bit for me. Though in my heart of hearts, I'm like, no, my precious, my
I mean,
baby.
it's fine.
Yeah,
We've talked about this before. Like, you can prefer a game and still
exactly.
admit that something else is better.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we got the big head to head here. Is Vampire Crawlers better than Vampire Survivors?
So, I can actually, I'm assuming you're going to say no. Am I correct?
I I don't know yet. I know what
Okay.
my knee is jerking and saying, but I don't know.
So, I will say that I think the Crawlers is a better game. I enjoy playing Crawlers more than Survivors.
Sure.
However, part of that, and it's something we've talked about during this run of We Roguelike It, is I can understand crawlers because I speak the language of the game as soon as I've played, as soon as I launch the game up.
Mm.
I know what I'm looking at. I know the weapons. I know the roughly what they're gonna do. I
You
understand
know the
the
evolutions.
core Yeah, I know
Right.
the evolutions. I understand the core concepts of the game because I've already played Vampire Survivors.
Sure. You have that
If
foundational knowledge.
Vamp Yeah, if Vampire Crawlers it does not speak the same language as Vampire Survivors and it's a completely different game, I go into it and it takes me 2 weeks to even start understanding how to play the game. Whereas
Sure.
because it's based on survivors and I understand the basic like language of the game, the basic verbs of the game, because I understand that, I get into it a lot faster. So it becomes a lot more enjoyable for me a lot quicker because my understanding of that aspect of the game.
Right.
Having said that, that doesn't happen unless vampire survivors exist. So how can I put the thing that causes it to be better above the thing that is the original cause of it?
Right. Does it stand on the shoulders of giants or does it stand in the shadow?
Well, it's like I think it stands on the shoulders, but I don't think I can put it above it because
Right.
without it being there, and as good as it is, and Vampire Survivors is a phenomenal game, and like we've said, it's like $10 at most. Usually, in the DLC is like $2 or $3. So
Right.
like, knock yourself out in a world where GTA 6 is $80.
Minimum.
Like, yeah,
I I'm with you. I think it stops here, and I think Vampire Survivors is a better game overall, and I'm trying to put aside the
the personal
birth,
bias you feel.
no, like the birth of a subgenre. Like Vampire Survivors, you can argue whether or not it birthed bullet heaven games, or
Hmm.
whether it popularized them. But I think when you think of this genre, you think of Vampire Survivors as the thing. Like during COVID lockdowns, everybody was playing on their what it, like laptops or eventually Steam Decks or whatever they could get their hands on, that I think we will continue to see as 2027 approaches and as things get more dire. I think we're going to see more small games like this that can run on literally anything you have. I think there's
Yep.
something to be said about that. Um, and I think, to me, Vampire Survivors are our top three. If anyone isn't looking at the list, number one is Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. Number two is Hades. Number three is Vampire Survivors. To me, those are like the kings of the hill of like these are the cream of the crop of the best of what these genres can do. Um,
Hmm.
and I
And I think Crawlers does that phenomenally with the
right,
card, the deck builder genre.
I agree. Yeah, and I think crawlers. I don't think it does, and I'm worried that it won't uh, over an extended period of time. Won't get its flowers for encouraging you to think about your deck in a different way with a combo meter, as opposed to you only have X number of mana. So we're gonna like vampire crawlers suits me a little better because I want to have a giant deck. I don't want to be like, this is the strongest deck on the planet and it has 5 cards. It's like, no, this is the strongest
Yeah.
deck on the planet. It has 75 cards in it. And any card I play is going to
Yeah.
be incredible. And like,
And you can play them all in one turn as long as
right,
you manipulate the numbers just about right.
exactly.
Like I think that's the thing that got me was how free I felt
Right,
when I realized the first time I had looped through my deck so many times that I broke a card.
right,
I was like, wait, is this breaking because I keep using it because I'm still on the same turn?
right. I'm still on
And that
turn
forced
one.
me to get it off. That forced me to get off the additional arcane, like additional minor arcana, and go to the combo arcana, so I could just be like, okay, let's end this turn and see how high I can get this combo trucking kind of
Right.
situation.
Yeah, so I think Vampire Crawlers is an incredibly designed game, and I think it takes a lot of its design sensibilities from the successes and failures of Vampire Survivors. We're seeing Ponkel developing the second game that they're making and learning all of the design mistakes from the first one and nailing that all in the second one. I just like Vampire Survivors more. Like it's just a thing of like I like
Yeah,
it more and I think it's a better game. But again,
yeah.
it's in our top 10. It's in our top 5. It's number 4. It's absolutely a recommendation from the two of us of, if you like this genre, if you want to play something different, you want to check out like a dungeon crawler or a deck builder or something, go check out Vampire Crawlers. It's genuinely really great.
So I have a genuine question for you here.
Sure.
If anyone was to go to the website and check out the ranking, which is found at,
WeRoguelikeIt.com.
thank you. What number on the ranking list would you say is you don't have to play anything below this?
Oh man.
Because I've got my idea as to what my number is.
If I was to throw out a number, I would recommend people go look at WeRoguelikeIt.com along with us. I would be around number 40. And right now we have 79 games on our list, because don't forget we have
No, so I'm not talking about like definitely play everything above this. I'm saying definitely don't play anything below this.
I would probably say 71 Moonlighter. Anything.
So Moonlighter is the last. So
Yeah.
72 and below don't play is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
like, so for, if anyone isn't listening,
that was my number 2, by the way.
okay,
72 and below don't play anything below
everything
that
below
point.
that is in order: Going Under, Loot River, Flint Hook, Don't Starve, which I love Don't Starve, but it's not really a roguelike. Dungeon the Endless, Vambrace, Cold Steel, Below, and Sunless Sea. That would be my.
And arguably Flint Hook, the only reason Flint Hook is that low for us is because it's kind of balked on the console versions.
It's definitely
still
not the way you're meant to play that from a control standpoint. Yeah. I think that's a. There are some cool games under there, like Vambrace Cold Soul.
That gives you 71 other games
to
play.
Like Vambrace Cold Soul is a very cool game. It just turns out it's not really a roguelike, so it's kind of at the bottom of the list. So if you're looking for 70 new roguelikes to play, go check out the list at WeRoguelikeIt.com. Don't forget, we're going to be playing Dungeon Clawler for our next month. Thanks so much, everyone, for listening. We'll see you all next run. Bye.
Bye.